Well, what's depressed then?
It's like when you can't find your way out of that upsetness.
I couldn't for the day. I was fucking pissed off as well. It was ruining my day. I found myself going, and I went to bed after that. I thought, F this. And I went to bed. Isn't that depression?
Because of a bean and cheese melt.
It was the decision that someone had made, and I'd bitten into it expecting something, and it tasted of another thing that I wasn't expecting. And then I was like, oh, they've messed up my order. So it put me in a mood for the rest of the day.
That does annoy me when people get my food and I get home and I'm like,
Yeah, because why did they mess it up? It's so easy. I
Attention.
pointed to it. I pointed to the one.
Yeah, but maybe that one that you pointed to wasn't a bean and cheese melt.
Yeah, so somebody has slipped that into the bean and cheese melt section.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that annoyed me. And I
don't think you can say that's depression.
How do you know if I'm depressed or not?
What?
How do you know if I was depressed or not?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure, I don't think it's depression. I think depression is like severe.
It wasn't severe depression. I didn't need meds for it.
No.
If I'd gone to... I didn't have to go and get medication.
Yeah.
But I was depressed, and you're not going to tell me I wasn't, because I was.
I don't know. I want to look up what depression...
Yeah, now look it up. Because now I've got you thinking, and I've got you lot thinking as well. I was depressed, and I couldn't get out of bed.
No, you wasn't.
I was depressed.
Depression is a low mood that lasts for weeks or months and affects your daily life.
Okay, it lasted about a week, maybe.
No! You said one day. Now you're trying to stretch it out.
No.
You got depressed over a bean melt for a week. Hey guys, Luke and Pete here. You know we've got a Patreon, right?
I hope you know.
From £3 a month. £3. Let's just break that down. £3.
That's not one. That's like you going £1. There's £2. Have I got another one? Oh yeah, there's £3.
£3 a month.
You can make us very happy.
And you can support us.
And there's a lot more of you subscribed and listening than there currently is in our private members club.
Yeah.
So
we're growing.
We're growing. Pull your finger out and dig your pockets. Thank you.
That is a coffee a month.
Less than a coffee, Luke.
Less than a coffee.
A coffee's about £4.
A month.
It's not even a lot.
If you can help us out, we appreciate it. We're going to be bringing the last. We're going to be getting even rawer and telling even more truth.
And we
so
don't
tell us you like it.
Tell us you like it by paying the bloody £3 or whatever it is. Yeah. Because it is hard times. You know,
and this is.
We don't like asking for it.
We don't, but we do like receiving it.
Yeah.
Let's crack on with the episode. Hey guys, welcome back to Luke and Pete
talking shit.
How are we doing, guys?
How's everyone doing out there?
How are you doing?
Me.
You.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
You happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. Are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
I bloody love this lot, Luke.
Yeah, I know you do. So do I.
I bloody love you lot for listening to us and supporting us every week. F the rest of them.
You sound like a wrestler right now. But listen to the one. I told you how we do.
Austin 316 said I just whooped your ass.
You're right.
That's how I'd go in.
Okay.
I'd kick down Titantron and I enter the ring. The king of the ring.
All
Peter
right.
Ifasami. Yellow teeth.
All right, guys. We had a gift a couple weeks back, or a week or two.
This is another thing, Luke, I'm going to say. I'm touched from the stuff you're sending in every week. Because, I don't know, I didn't expect to have this level of giftage. In terms of, like, these weird gifts we're getting.
Yeah, that's the way to describe it, isn't it? These weird gifts.
Well, let's face it, this is a bit of a strange gift.
Yeah, but isn't that we appreciate it?
Well, I appreciate. I'm not knocking it,
and we fight over it.
We do. We fight over it. It wasn't big enough.
Yeah, you kind of
made it like small.
You're gonna turn Luke and Pete against each other.
Yeah, because we now fight over this gift.
Yeah, because
this gift stays on our floor, and it's extremely comfortable.
And my children, when they, oh my god, and then they touch it with their feet. Oh, oh, this is a level of luxury we've never felt before, Father. Father, this luxury, oh my God.
Do they love it under the thing?
They do.
You should make like a full, do you know what we should do? We should get him to do the full size one once we get our own studio. Like we'll get it carpeted, the full size thing.
Yeah.
And that.
Yeah, and but we'll go into the details of that in a minute.
Yeah.
But let's say who it was Tonka's art.
Tonka's art. Yeah, but
Tonka's-
should we?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get a thingy.
Tonka's art. So TONKAS
.art
This
on
guy
Instagram.
He messaged us out of the blue and he was like, yo, big fan of the podcast. I want to make something for you if you guys are happy to accept it. And I was like, okay, anything that's free, I'll take.
Pete was like, all right, I'm going to give him someone else's address because he might be a serial killer. He's like, I don't know. Probably,
We don't want no super fans turning up on our doorstep. So, but yeah, Tonka Sword sent us this. His name's Connor, lovely guy.
Yeah,
and he sent us a gift, and he wanted to show his appreciation to the podcast by making us this gift.
Yeah. So those of you out there who won't even subscribe,
who won't subscribe? You little
it's a
weasels.
shame. Should be a shame. Someone
And I
make
know a lot
art.
of your comedians snooping, you little now fuck off.
All right, let's get.
No, hold on. You got to reveal it slowly, because it may come to a shock to some of you lot.
Yeah, can we tell we're going to be where we are? We appreciate it.
We appreciate it, but at the same time,
We're going to be honest.
we take no prisoners.
You know us.
You know us. We don't piss around.
We can tell you what we think.
Yeah, and but we love you at the same time.
Yeah.
Guys,
Dun, 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 dun.
check it.
Look at that.
Look at that. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Show them. Get the full.
Yeah.
Get it to your camera so they can see it. Straighten it then, Luke, for fuck's sake.
Well, I can't see your front. Oh.
Looks bad enough as it is, and you're fucking. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, it looks great. It looks great. But now time for the critique.
All right.
Because it is. No, we're so grateful.
We are. Okay.
Okay,
Well, okay.
but
The first thing that's
slow down. Luke's getting straight into it.
1 second. 1 second. Let me say the first thing.
We're warming up.
The first
We're warming
thing,
up.
The first thing that stood out to me was my skin tone.
Yeah.
I understand it may not be.
Slight shades of brown.
Yeah. That's not my color. Okay.
You
All right.
look Nigerian.
Yeah.
In that one.
That's a bit racist.
Is it?
Of course, it's racist.
Nigerians are darker than you, though.
So there's a lot of people darker than me.
Well, you're talking about colour, you fool.
But I'm talking about the brown. Why do I have to look Nigerian? Why not Zimbabwean?
Isn't it all the... No, sorry, African, I should have said.
What is Africa?
Country.
It's a continent.
Continent.
You fucking idiot, for
No.
sake. You're making us look ignorant.
Hold on. But they are darker, though, aren't they?
No, you got some light. Trevor Noah's from Africa.
He's darker than you.
I wouldn't say he's darker than me.
Well, his hair's not, but I think his skin is a bit. He's quite dark, Luke.
No, he isn't. I wouldn't say he is. I've got a problem with complexions anyway. But my point is,
I've got a problem with
skin color. Yeah,
skin color and tones
but
and stuff.
I'm not that dark. So maybe the carpet that you have, maybe you wanted to save a bit of money. Maybe you're using some leftover carpet from someone else you done, and you was like, brown. Okay,
but
we still appreciate it.
But we do sometimes mess up the lighting, so he may see something different on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you may look dark.
Okay.
Now, why are my lips bigger than yours? Because you definitely have big lips to me.
Yeah.
Look at that bottom lip. That's like bubblegum shrimp.
That's racist.
What?
You'll be extremely
How's that racist?
Bubblegum shrimp.
There is bubblegum because he has the lip in the thingy.
I'm gonna be honest. I do look kind of like a monkey.
Yeah, that's racist. Now that's racist.
No,
you can't say that.
No, you thinking that's racist is racist.
Why?
Why did you associate that? Why is that racist?
Because monkeys and that. When you say like, ooh.
Go on, got monkeys and that. Go on.
Because at the football they go, ooh. They do that. The football's racist. You can't do that, and they throw bananas at the black players.
Yeah, what do you mean?
So that's racist when you say that.
It's racist when I say it.
It's racist to say it. Anyone?
No, it's not racist. I'm just saying.
Okay, you say it. I can't say it.
Do you think I look like a monkey there? No, don't have a look at it like you have to. Like you bastard. You've already said. Oh,
for fuck's sake, Luke. Why didn't you grab it? Fucking hell. hell? Right, hold the carpet. Why am I looking after this rather than the mic? Fuck the carpet. Can you still hear me? Yes, you can. Hell, you can. Right. This is already too much, this chat, I think. They can't handle it.
No, it's grand. Go on.
No, they're not going to be able to handle that. All this chat about monkeys and stuff.
Right, okay.
And my lips being big.
He looks like...
I look like the Hey You Guys. Hey you guys.
What film is that? What film is that from again?
The Goonies. I look like the Hey You Guys. And like the... Because that eye... What's that one doing? That eye there. It looks a bit like Mal...
That one looks like he's been whacked in it.
Yeah.
And his face looks quite bloated.
Puffy. Yeah, puffy.
Yeah.
Because I said to Charlotte, like, am I that fat? And she was like, he's kind of puffed it up a bit. But it looks like also he started your head up here at one point, and then he's come back and he stood a little to the right when he's done the lower bit. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've been beaten up or something.
And you haven't evenly distributed the and.
Yeah, the shading needs some improvement. Levels of shading. What else do we think? He's done your afro really, like the afro is good.
And you're giving him some grey hair.
No, I think that's the shine he's given. It's not grey.
No, that's grey.
No, it's the shine.
No, that's grey. I believe it's grey. And you
Luke,
and you will confirm.
Your eyebrow there is quite big.
Quite thick, isn't it?
Why is that a thick eyebrow on the left hand side?
It looks like I'm going like this.
Yeah, and I can't even do that because I'd have to go. I'd have to go like.
But do you know what? We make fun because we love it, and this will travel with us wherever we go.
Yeah,
and it is really comfortable, and it is great. You know what? We make fun, but we
do love it.
We do appreciate it.
We fight over it.
We do fight over it. It is a great piece of art, and we do appreciate it. And this,
and I did think that Connor might have been a bit, because it was a bit like, the colour and tonage up, maybe a bit racist. But then we had a little Instagram search. Snoop, and his girlfriend's black, so he can't be. You know? So...
Well, that is the ultimate racist, if you...
But then that is the ultimate, because you want to like, I'm going to get back at you lot.
Take one of yours.
I'm going to take... She's mine.
We're going down the hole. But we do appreciate it.
Don't get offended, you pussies.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it.
And we appreciate you, Connor, mate. Love you, mate.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you for that, bro.
All right.
So put it down that way and we share it evenly.
Yes, okay.
All right. Don't try and take... You had more of it last time, you prick.
I never did it.
There you go. Luke, you're a dickhead.
All right. Now done. Appreciate what we want to talk about today.
Can I also do a shout out?
To who?
Malwina. Okay. One of our listeners.
Yeah.
Malwina contacted us and she offered me free dental treatment.
Which is a bit of a backhanded compliment, I suppose.
It is, and I don't care about that because if there's any way to save money, then I'm all for it. And I'm getting a lot of hate for my teeth, which is nice because they're talking about me. Which you want, whether people are saying bad stuff about you or good stuff about you, you want them talking about you. But it does hurt my feelings sometimes about the teeth thing. And these two teeth, I should have got them fixed ages ago to make 3 teeth. These 2 teeth here. I should have got them fixed to make 3 teeth. But I bottled it because I don't like going to the dentist. Which is why I look a bit.
So thank you, Malwina.
So thanks, Malwina, for stepping in. And we're just holding out for someone to offer free hair transplants for me and Luke.
He keeps going about that. I can't wait. Hopefully someone will offer us that.
Yeah, no.
To be honest with you, anyone offering a free hair, I'm going to be skeptical.
Why?
I don't want to go to someone's like
backyard
dining room and they're like, all right.
No, yeah, but it wouldn't be like that. It would be like a legitimate doctor who needs a break, so they listen to the podcast. They tune out and they're like,
to be honest with you, any doctor listening to us, I don't want them operating on me.
Would you not trust Malwina on your teeth?
No, yeah, probably. I'll see how she does with yours.
You bastard, Luke.
All right, cool.
Got a fur all over me.
What was I going to say? All right, so this week we want to talk about depression. Depression. How do you feel about depression, Pete?
I think... I don't want anyone getting upset at what I say, though. because they're all.
Have you ever been depressed? First of all,
Yeah, I was depressed once.
Just once.
I remember one time I was depressed. I went to. I think it was Greg's, and I got this pasty, and it was supposed to be the bean and cheese melt, or the bean and sausage melt. And I remember I got back and I bit into it, and I was expecting it to be the bean and thing, and it was steak, and that fucking ruined my day because I'd travelled all the way home, and I was sad for the rest of the day about it. And I remember thinking, hell, I'm depressed because of that.
Pete, do you know how insulting that is what you just said? That you was depressed because you got a steak instead of a cheese and bean melt.
No, I'm telling you, that was one time I was depressed.
You wasn't fucking depressed.
I was depressed for the rest of the day.
You was not depressed.
I was depressed, Luke.
You was not depressed.
Well,
you
what
was,
is depressed?
You was upset.
Well, what's depressed then?
It's like when you can't find your way out of that upsetness.
I couldn't for the day. I was fucking pissed off as well. It was ruining my day. I found myself going, and I went to bed after that. I thought, this. And I went to bed. Isn't that depression?
Because of a bean and cheese melt.
It was the decision that someone had made, and I'd bitten into it expecting something, and it tasted of another thing that I wasn't expecting. And then I was like, oh, they've messed up my order. So it put me in a mood for the rest of the day.
That does annoy me when people get my food and I get home and I'm like,
Yeah, because why did they mess it up? It's so easy.
Attention.
I pointed to it. I pointed to the one.
Yeah, but maybe that one that you pointed to wasn't a bean and cheese melt.
Yeah, so somebody has slipped that into the bean and cheese melt section.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that annoyed me. And I
don't think you can say that's depression.
How do you know if I'm depressed or not?
What?
How do you know if I was depressed or not?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure, I don't think it's depression. I think depression is like severe.
It wasn't severe depression. I didn't need meds for it.
No.
If I'd gone to... I didn't have to go and get medication.
Yeah.
But I was depressed, and you're not going to tell me I wasn't, because I was.
I don't know. I want to look up what depression...
Yeah, now look it up. Because now I've got you thinking, and I've got you lot thinking as well. I was depressed, and I couldn't get out of bed.
No, you wasn't.
I was depressed.
Depression is a low mood that lasts for weeks or months and affects your daily life.
Okay. It lasted about a week, maybe.
No! You said one day. Now you're trying to stretch it out.
No.
You got depressed over a bean melt for a week. Kill yourself.
No. I wouldn't have gone that far. I wouldn't have gone that far. But I wouldn't have gone that far.
Over someone putting...
Not because I wouldn't have gone, oh, they messed up that bean and cheese melt, but it put me into a mood that developed where I thought...
What's the point of life?
No, when someone makes a decision, not what's the point in life, but when someone makes a decision and they fuck it up so bad and you're just like, why do people act like that? Then it puts you in a mood. Now I'm in the mood. Now I'm in the depressing mood. If you can't even get my order right, I'm not going to work.
I think there's a difference between feeling like in a low mood.
So maybe that was like maybe depression. A low mood. I don't know if I've ever been depressed, but but I have had it where someone's told me I'm depressed, and I'm thinking I actually feel fucking happy. So I'm obviously...
Someone told you was depressed?
Charlotte was one time, she was like, oh, I think you're getting depressed. And I was like, I feel great.
What was she witnessing that she thought you was depressed?
Lying in bed all day. I love that. I love lying in bed.
You were telling me today, if you could, you'd lie in bed all day. Yeah,
she was like, you're lying in bed all day. You seem tired. And I was, but I'm just tired. She's like, yeah, but you're in bed all day. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not sleeping in bed all day. I'm lying in bed all day. So maybe that's why I'm coming across a bit tired. So when other people try and force their depression vibes on me, that's when I get a bit, what am I doing wrong? Because I don't feel depressed.
I think if you're oversexed, yeah, that your depression is more likely, like you're more susceptible to negative emotions. I think that's my personal feeling.
If you have a lot of sex,
yeah, I feel like when you go without sex, you feel more resilient, more energetic.
Yeah, but do you ever get that thing when you come and like you're like, oh, I can take over the world for an instant? You get that feeling.
No, but you're the second person who said that to me.
Yeah.
My other mate said that he feels like that.
Yeah.
Like when he comes, he's like he wants to get to work harder.
Yeah, and then it lasts for an instant. Because once you've finished and wiped up, then it's like, oh no, I don't want to do all that. I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah, that's how I feel after. I don't feel like I want to take over the world. Before I come, I want to take over the world. Once I come, I'm like,
yeah, but it's as it happens, isn't it?
No, if I'm not having sex, it's like I want to take over the world.
Yeah.
And then when I come, I'm like, yeah, this. What can beat that? Let me go to sleep.
I suppose that's why people go abstinent. Is that the right word?
Where you go without sex?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I look into it that much. I just sort of see it for what it is. It's a good time while it lasts and then it's done, whatever. But I'm never like, sex is the thing that's going to drive me.
Yeah. Sex does motivate me.
Does it? What? If you were in a race and I was like, look, there's a sex at the end of the race. You can have sex at the end of the race, but you run the race faster.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
but she's a munter at the end.
No.
You're on the other way.
Who put this bitch at the end of the finish line?
But, so it has to be sex with a beautiful person.
Yeah, someone I'm attracted to. Yeah, but I do. I really do feel like we're just animals.
Yeah, we are
animals.
This whole fucking facade of we're not.
No,
it's like no, we are.
We're animals.
We're animals,
and we try to have sex. Like women have the power.
Yeah,
because we want to mate with them. And then we get all this extra stuff, the cars, the jewelry, and all this stuff in order to get to the beautiful women.
Yeah, and I mean, animals, like we are animals, but like I saw a dog have sex with its sister. So why is that all right in the animal kingdom?
Well, they don't know no better. They're lower forms of beings, aren't they?
No, but he had started having sex and he regretted it, I think, because he tried to pull out and apparently they can't, so it got stuck in there.
Right. He tried to pull out.
He tried to he was like, oh, I'm going to shag myself. He started shagging. He's like, oh, fuck, it's my sister. I'll get out. And the willy got stuck in there. And then he started panicking.
No, he might have just finished.
No, he didn't. He started panicking. So, because it was how
do you know he started panicking?
Because he was like, I tried to get out.
Yeah, he probably came.
No, he got stuck. It got stuck.
Yeah, it gets stuck. It's what happens. I remember my kids have got dogs. And then my youngest son came downstairs and he was like, Mom, the dogs are stuck together. the dogs are stuck together.
Were they shagging?
Yeah.
That happened. When I was at my mate's house, that happened. The dogs were shagging, but it's a sister. I was like, okay, what's going on here? He's fucking shagging a sister. And then they got stuck. And I was like, how do we...
Did no one try and stop them?
Well, it sort of happened really quickly. We were like confused a bit.
Who? The owners?
Yeah. Me and my mate were like, what the hell? Are they shaking? Oh, they're shaking. It was already in. And then it was stuck. And then he panicked and regretted it and tried to get out.
No, he probably came.
Well, I don't think there was no substance there.
How do you know there was no substance there? Was you inside the vagina?
No, but I remember the willy looked like lipstick.
Yeah.
That was weird. And it got stuck in there, right? It got stuck in there. So we had to calm him down. It says online, we Googled it, calm the dog down. So we're going, it's okay, boy. Don't worry, mate. He'll be fine. While he's banging his sister.
That sounds... Not the banging the sister part, but that sounds like a good time though. Can you imagine if a woman came up to you and just stroke your back while you're banging something else?
So she wasn't bothered.
Calm down.
That was what surprised me. She wasn't actually bothered about it. I was like, oh, you're filth. She didn't mind that. Like there was no get out of me
because she's on heat.
I don't know about that, but she wasn't bothered, and she went to walk away, but his dick was still in it. So she walked under his leg, so his dick was now pointing that way underneath.
And they're back to back.
They're back to back, so it's like pointing, but he was stuck in there, and I'm like, how's his willy stuck in there? But I didn't want to grab it and pull it out. So, but eventually it went down and it slipped out.
Was you watching the whole time?
Yeah. It was interesting. It is interesting, isn't it?
Not really.
It's weird because my mate wipes his dog's bums.
You don't need to wipe a dog's bum.
Oh, he wipes it with a wet wipe when they get home. Before they go in the house, he wipes their paws because we've been for a walk, and then he wipes their bum.
But you don't need to.
Well, no, yeah, but the shit comes out of it, so he doesn't want shit particles on the couch and stuff.
Yeah, but I think they've got a lack of a mechanism.
Yeah, but shit still comes through when it goes through the thing.
Does the wet wipe have shit on it?
It was dirty. It was dirty looking. And then he dropped it and picked it up, and I was like, "Oh, you don't know what the shit bit was." What's his name?
But hold on, he does care. That's why he's doing it.
No, they're very care because his woman's a clean freak. His missus is a clean freak. So, yeah.
All right, we moved on. We moved on. I'll tell you something from depression.
Oh, sorry, yeah, depression.
Have you ever been seriously depressed, Pete? Let's not be stupid now.
But I think depression's a bit of a weird thing, man, because I think people use it as an excuse.
How so?
Like, I've used it as an excuse.
What situation have you used depression as an excuse?
Oh, I'm not coming into work today. You can't come in. We got to get the bloody work done. Yeah, but I'm depressed. Oh, sorry, Peter. Don't worry. You take time.
It's one of them. You can't say anything.
You can't f*** with me.
You can't. Yeah, you can't say anything.
Do you want me to kill myself then?
Yeah, you can't say anything to anybody about it.
Yeah,
If someone says they're depressed, you're like,
yeah, you bastard.
Is that home base, my base.
Yeah,
I'm depressed.
And like you get, what do you want me to do?
And you can get signed off from work
for depression. I know. I think it's a figment. It is real, but I think to a level it's real. I think what it should be is like once you get past a certain point, like if you tick all these boxes, then yeah, you're depressed. But then I think when these comedians, you fucking lying little cunts, walking around the circle going, I'm depressed, I've got a bit of anxiety. Shut up. No, you're not depressed. You're not. Go and get a real job and sort your life out. Get a real job. Go in and work hard and you see what fucking depression is, you little cunt.
All right, Pete. Bloody hell.
Nah, because they I've found it hard to get a gig, I'm depressed. No, I had a fucking cheese on your...
Yes, shut the f*** up. You done it over a pasty.
Yeah, but you even said to me I'm not depressed for that, so you questioned my depression.
Yeah, but you said you were.
Yeah, I was depressed.
So then why are you questioning someone else's depression?
Because I don't believe them.
Hold on. Why? But yours was over a pasty. You believed you was depressed. But this person isn't depressed. Why?
Show me something then.
What would you have shown?
Show me you're depressed.
No, what would you have shown then with the pasty?
Come and see the state I'm in then.
What state was you in?
I was lying in bed and stuff.
Yeah, but you said you feel great when you lie in bed.
They don't know that. But someone would look at that and go, yeah, he's depressed because he's in bed.
So exactly. So if you saw someone laying in bed.
These fucking guys talking like they're depressed. You don't know what depression is.
I don't think you know what depression is.
I don't think anyone knows what depression is, Luke. I think it's a confusing thing that's been created by stiff upper lip boy and all that crap. Or it's been created by society to be like, oh, he's depressed. Yeah, no, we must be there for him. If you need anything, I'm always here. You're not there. Stop acting like you care because you don't care, you cunt.
No, I don't think...
Act like these people give a fuck, Luke.
All right, listen to this. I grew up... My mum had... I'd
depression.
Say severe...
Depression.
Severe depression.
So stop fucking using it.
1 second. Even with my mum, I still find it hard to relate to it. Even though I witnessed it throughout my whole childhood growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I witnessed it where she wouldn't want to leave the house.
And so did Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah. She witnessed my mum's depression.
It's the same. Your mum's the same as her dad.
Oh, okay. Be specific.
Yeah, no. Your mum is... I've seen her depressed and I've seen her... Wow, she ain't depressed. But even in the... Where I'm like, she's not depressed. She is depressed, isn't she? But she's just going through that moment where she's not depressed. But her overall thing is she's depressed, isn't she? Even when she's happy, you're depressed. But that's why it's confusing. So how do you keep up with it? Because someone can act like they're not depressed. Then...
No, she can't. She just goes through moods. But my point was I'm saying is that it's a very weird thing, isn't it? Because you've got someone... Let me explain how I think it works. You got, like, for example, your mum. You got someone who's depressed, right? She's depressed. Then she's really, really happy. Like, more happy than I'll ever be in my life, I think. She's on cloud 9. Technically, she's still depressed. So someone would look at that and go, you're not depressed. Right? Correct? No, I want to say when she's happy, I want to say she's depressed.
No, but she's got depression, right? Agreed. So she's got depression, even though she's really happy.
No,
so you get people looking at.
I say her depression is not there now.
No, it's gone. Depression is gone, but she's still got depression, right? So you get people going.
What do you mean?
We'd be like, oh, Luke's mom's depressed, right?
No, you wouldn't say that when she's happy.
No, but you'd be like, she's going through a happy phase, but she's got depression, right?
So you're trying to say
she suffers from depression.
Yeah, she suffers from depression.
Yeah, and then I'd look at your mum and go, she ain't depressed. She ain't depressed. What happens? Either they carry on with their life, or the worst case scenario, suicide.
So hold on 1 second. But you're the one calling people out saying they're not depressed.
Because that's what I mean. It's kind of hard to say whether.
So do you agree that so basically what you're saying is you can't make a judgment from the outside?
I think and this is me being honest with the Sheedsters, right? If you want me to hold back, I'll happily hold back.
Go on.
No, please let me hold back.
No, go on.
No, because I want to hold back.
No, go on.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Well, stop being pussies then, you cunts.
Go on.
Depression is a thing, such a serious thing that people say, wow, it's depression. It's a big thing in society at the minute, yeah? Then other people think, okay, I could use this to my advantage. I'll say I'm depressed and I'll get all the benefits and love from everyone around me, even though I'm not really depressed. And the power of it is, if you turn around to someone and go, well, you're not depressed, then you're the bad guy. If you say you're not depressed. And it's very highly likely that they're not depressed.
Why is it highly likely they're not depressed?
Because I think a lot of people now use it as a thing of, oh, my mental health.
Do you think some people in a low mood, may mistake themselves for being in depression?
Because no one knows what depression is, mate.
Okay, all right. So okay,
am I the bad guy? Saying it like it is and being completely honest with the audience.
Do you think you, who had a cheese and bean melt mistake, was really depressed?
But why are you questioning it? Why are you questioning it? I'm telling you.
But what? Are you sure you never made a mistake?
Well, I picked the one out, but I didn't know.
Made a mistake about you being depressed, you idiot.
No, it really did depress me. I was f***ing depressed because I was questioning life.
Over a cheese and bean melt?
It spiraled.
Into where?
It spiraled. See, now you're not taking me seriously.
All right. I'll take you seriously. Sorry, go on.
Because I'm depressed, right? So
are you depressed now?
No, I got over it.
All right.
Right?
Thank God.
But take it seriously.
I am.
And this is the problem these ones deal with. Because no one taking them seriously.
Okay.
And I don't take certain people seriously.
Okay, so how do you differentiate between
I just judge their behaviour. I'm looking at you like, I've seen you happy. I've seen you.
But you've just said you've seen somebody happy who's depressed.
Which is why it gets confusing. Because some can be playing a game or using it, and some can be, no, guys, I'm genuinely depressed. Because I'll be real with you. When I've been depressed, when I had that sausage bean melt, which was actually a steak slice, right? I didn't tell anyone.
You didn't tell anyone what was over?
I was depressed. But I felt depressed at the time, right?
And did you think, for that week or whatever, did you keep on going back to thinking about the cheese and bean melt?
No, it spiraled from that.
Do you think maybe it wasn't a cheese and bean melt, but maybe there's a set of circumstances where you are in your life that made you like that?
Whatever it was, yeah. Whatever it was, Luke, I'll tell you this. I was upset over a pasty. I was depressed
guys,
over a pasty.
Okay, now, guys, this is what I have to deal with.
Yeah, and tell them.
This is what I have to deal with. Yeah, the holes in these socks. Look at. This is what I have to deal with.
Yeah, but I want to be real with people. I don't want to be fake, mate.
All right. Let's calm down.
We're going there.
Let's calm down.
We're going there.
Let's calm down.
No, because they're stealing our shit. And
shut up. Shut up now. Shut up.
Well, we got to say it like it is. If we don't call it out, we got to call it out, bruv.
All right.
You know what I mean? So tell me, and be honest with these. You order them, Luke. You got to be honest. Tell me how confusing depression is.
It is. I am confused about it. I can be. I struggle to help people with things they can do themselves. Yeah, that's my issue. Like, so if I can see like you're able to do something and you don't because you're depressed, I struggle with that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but to understand it.
Yeah, like I'm like you can do that. Like you can get yourself something to eat. And
Stop being lazy.
Oh,
that's the worst when you say that to a depressed person. Don't you use my depression against me?
Yeah.
No, you're being lazy. I'm depressed.
But because I felt down.
What's the difference between feeling down and feeling?
I don't know, because I've never been in a place where I've been down. Like there's a time when I was about 17, I thought I was gonna go to prison. I had a case and I thought I was gonna go to prison. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I was down. I was like, I'm going to prison. And
you were down and out.
I was down. I went out.
You're going to prison though. That's down.
I didn't go.
Yeah, I know, but you were. I
was down. But then you got some people who like, they just can't do anything. They won't they won't eat. And I'm like, okay, that's a different level.
Because we're getting into the realms of levels.
Yeah.
Right? So who's who? Because I don't know who's who. I can vibe. I'll be like, I'm getting the vibe. You're depressed. And they don't talk about it. I get vibe. You're very closed off.
But I can see, if you're up and out, like the depression I know, what I see from what I know, from my experiences, is you don't want to do nothing. My mum used to, this phrase I used to hear all the time growing up. I just want to crawl into a hole and die. That's what my mum used to always say.
Now that's depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to crawl into a hole.
Yeah. Yeah. My cousin told me he was depressed. He was depressed. Yeah, he said he was depressed. And I'm going to be honest, and it's going to sound wrong, but with men, I'm a little bit more harsher.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's like, oh, I just don't feel like anything. He's nihilistic. Like, I don't feel like anything.
No, it's funny. Go on.
Yeah, like I don't feel like anything's worth it anymore. Like, what's the point of doing anything? What's the point of anything?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, but you play a lot of computer games. You play a lot of computer games.
Yeah, but does that make him happy?
Well, he claims it doesn't, but he plays his computer games.
Yeah,
and then like he talks to certain girls and stuff like that
on the computer.
No,
because they're probably men doing the voice changer thing. Because I've had that.
No, I mean, and I'm like, yeah, you just want. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, just pull yourself together.
You can't say that to a depressed person because they get offended. Because they're like, oh, you think I'm just doing this because I want to do this. But this is the thing about see, if I went to my dad and said, Dad, I'm feeling depressed and I'm struggling. My brothers would take the piss as well, be like, you need that rock to lean on right now, do you?
Really?
It f***ing ruined me. We're from a family like that where we take the piss, bro.
Okay, watch this. So I'm hard on my son.
And if I went to my cousin, he'd be like, if I said I'm depressed, be like, ow. He's like, they'd be like, catch your f***ing cell phone, you stupid cunt.
So I don't believe that, because I'm scared. Like, well, I'm hard on my son and I push my son in things he does. And sometimes he's like, oh, I don't feel like it today. I'm like, no. You're going to do your work. You're going to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Then I get a thought in my head like,
what if he's depressed?
Yeah. And what if I
push him
too hard
to the point of brink?
Yeah. And that scares me, because I'm like,
because then the worst case scenario is suicide, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That's what it is. And that frightens me.
But then I know it does frighten me. But back in the day when I was 7, I never thought that what I'm going to say is going to cause someone to kill themselves. But now when I say stuff, I'm like when I reply to trolls.
One second, hold on 1 second. Did you say when you were 7?
Yeah, because it didn't exist back then, did it?
You didn't think what you'd say would make something. What kid's thinking that?
All right, maybe not 7, maybe like 8 or 9 or something. Where you're like,
what kid's thinking that at 8 or 9 that what I say is going to help someone kill themselves?
I'm talking about the time zone. Think about the time zone. What age were we then?
8 or 9.
Okay, we were 8 or 9. So it was about 1990. Depression really didn't exist back then, did it?
Yes, it fucking all did.
No, it did, but no one talked to it. It did exist, but no one took it seriously. Right? So that's what I mean.
Go
so
on.
No one thought back then, oh, whatever I'm doing. if imagine going in 1990 to your boss, I'm not coming in today because I'm depressed. He'd be like, F off! You're fired, mate. You're not coming in because you fucking feel depressed. Shut up. We all feel depressed. That's what you get told back then.
Yes. So
but now you get fucking hell. You don't want to mess about with it. Because if you step out of line, the societies get more and more scared of acting a certain way to someone and there being repercussions
if anything
happens to that person.
Yeah. If you end up in a wheelchair, would you kill yourself?
No. No, I wouldn't. But I do have like intrusive thoughts that cause that stuff. Like I had this twitch in my arm, right?
Go on.
I had a twitch in my arm. And it happened like last year, right? And this is what runs through my head. I'll tell people what I think. I haven't got a problem with that. Because you can judge me as you want to judge me, but I'll always be real. So I was getting a twitch in my arm. Because I'm a hypochondriac. I always think something's wrong with me. I've thought since the age of 15 I've got cancer.
You gotta do that again. Don't just come out of the blue with that.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I think from the age of 15 I've thought I've got cancer and I'm going to die.
Yeah.
From the age of 15 I've had that thought. I'm 36 now. I'm still not dead from it. But I still think, yeah, you definitely got cancer now. Because why is that bleeding?
What's bleeding?
Just something. I don't know. Wipe my ass and there might be a bit of blood sometimes.
I'm like, my bowels.
Oh, you fucking got bowel cancer, mate. So I think that, right? So I'm like, but I've been thinking that since I was 15. It's a long time.
Yeah.
My body fucks with me.
Yeah.
My mental health and that. Serious.
It's scary. I've had I can remember one time, I must have been 20, 21, and I must have stabbed my hand with a pencil.
And you thought lead poisoning.
I've
been there.
For ages. Like,
I've been there.
I remember the thought wouldn't leave my head. I remember sitting in the bath looking
and then you think to cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut out the bit.
Because you read up on it, like, you have to have your hand amputated.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God. And the thought won't leave. You keep on looking back at your hand and like, oh. But then one day it just disappeared. You just stop thinking about it one day.
Anyway, I had this twitch in my arm. And it was twitching. You know, do you ever get a twitch? And it twitches, like your eyebrow will twitch or something, yeah? So this would happen all the time, right? And I started thinking, wow, you're developing motor neurons disease.
What is that?
It's where you turn into like Stephen Hawkins, basically.
Okay.
Basically, you shut down. Like the muscles.
That's what you thought.
I was thinking from that twitch. I'm like, so I had it for months, Luke. So it wouldn't stop twitching. I'm like, it's developing in your arm, and it's gonna. And then, so I was thinking, you're gonna get motor neurons disease. So then I'd be like having a good time,
And then it keeps
like on a roller coaster or something. Be having a good day out. It's a really good day out. I'm having a laugh. I've forgotten about it, and the twitch would start, and I'd be like, enjoy it whilst it lasts. Because you're going to be in a wheelchair in a few years' time. So it would every time I'd have a good time. Every time I'd have a good time, I'd be thinking, enjoy this while it lasts.
Did you ever need to get it looked at?
No, because I'm scared of the doctor. So I'm like my own worst enemy.
So you won't go find out what it is.
No, but it's like twitching. So I'm like, there it is again. Enjoy it whilst it lasts, mate. You're going to be in a wheelchair in a few years' time. So it would ruin every good day I was having. And it's like, that is your mind with you. You know what I mean? That's my fear, is that I'll come here and be like, Luke, it's it. Let's stop it. Because what are we getting out of it?
I enjoy putting something into the world.
I do enjoy it, but then you get women slipping into your DMs. I get people saying, go visit the next dentist.
But yeah, there's a so they messaged me like, oh, are you coming up to my area? Are you going to be coming up to the area? I'm like, oh, I'm good, no.
Because I've never had that. And I've had it once. And she wasn't that good looking. Oh, no, she's good looking. Oh, we cut it out.
No, we're not going to cut it out. We're going to show who you really are.
You call me f***ing ugly. Say I've got rancid teeth.
Rancid?
I know, they're rancid teeth. But these are the horrible comments I get. And what do you get? And they don't message me that stuff.
Yeah, because they know you got Charlotte.
But at least give me something. Say
let me turn it down.
Yeah,
let me turn it down.
Like I had Malwina. I appreciate Malwina. It does annoy me that you get all them because I do think in the back of my head, are we going to do a live show and you're going to just on the day be like, Pete, go out and open for me, or the audience is going to give the vibes that like
we both get equal amounts of love.
Not in the DMs.
No, maybe not in the DMs.
No, I get nasty shit in the DMs.
No, you don't. No one says nasty stuff to you in the DMs.
Someone said fix your teeth.
What? They privately messaged you.
Yeah, a DM. That's worse, because that's like, I don't care if anyone reads this. I just want you to read this. Fix your teeth.
Someone privately messaged.
Yeah. I just delete it.
No, that is... Did they have a picture up themselves?
I replied, private account, no pictures up, delete, block.
That is hilarious. Girl, are we talking about intrusive thoughts? What intrusive thoughts do you have?
Sometimes, like, I'll think when I'm in a room with a woman, just me and her, I think, and it's a small woman, like, slight, I think, does she think I'm going to just batter her at any point? Or is she, like, I feel vulnerable.
So you're nervous.
I'm nervous that they think I'm going to take advantage.
That she's nervous.
That she's nervous. And I'm like, she doesn't care. She's actually more confident in the situation. But in my head, I'm going, she probably thinks that you could attack her at any point and beat her up if you want to. And I talked to my mate about this, and he said, yeah, I had a meeting with a girl the other day because he does meetings. And he had...
Because he does meetings, okay.
He does meetings, right? I can't say what he does because then they'll know. But he has meetings, and he was like, yeah, I had a meeting. He goes, Pete, it's completely normal. It's called intrusive thoughts. I was in a meeting, and there was a woman there, and she was, you know, I just thought, if I wanted to, I could just grab your head and smash it off the table if I want to. And for the rest of the meeting, he sat on his hands.
Are you okay there, Daniel?
Yeah, he knows he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
But the thought to fuck him up is coming in his head. To play with his... So he's on meds now. He's taking meds.
Really?
For anxiety, yeah. And I'm thinking, but I think stuff like that.
Do you know when intrusive thoughts fuck with me?
What?
If I'm watching porn, yeah?
Oh.
I'm watching porn, and then I think
of your mum or something. Yeah, why'd you do that?
With the whole...
you have to go out! You shake it off!
And you try... And then you like, it's like the more you try not to think about it,
you think about it. That's an intrusive thought.
Then I have to go to something completely that's not anything like
you have to read Wikipedia or something.
No, I can't see a black woman, or I have to go to like a white woman, or then I think like
you have to, because it can't be your mum then.
Yeah. And then
but when you think like when it's just showing the arse, then you're like, that's black woman's arse, that's my mum's arse. Well, I'm doing my mum's. Then you're like,
no, take it easy.
Yeah, but you're looking at it, going, maybe that's my mum's arse.
No, then your mum flashes in your head, or
it's like your mum's knocking on your thoughts, going,
yeah,
I'm at the door, Luke.
You're like, yeah, and you have to stop. You have to stop.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
It doesn't work, man.
Yeah, but that is an intrusive thought.
And you can't.
Yeah.
And the more you try not to think about it, it's like Seven says, don't think about a pink elephant. What are you thinking about?
A pink elephant.
There you go.
Because you said it though.
Yeah.
No, but that's not an intrusive thought. That's a thought.
Well, you can't not think of it though.
Well, it's not intrusive. It's not constantly in my head. Like, but intrusive thoughts are weird. Like, I do think of it's always to do with overpowering, and I'm just like, I don't like the intrusive thought because like you'll see a baby and you think I could just swing that around and boom, 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 boom if you wanted to, and it's like, but that's an intrusive thought, and you're like, I have to go f off. What is that? But it's just a little. Thought of what they're thinking of you, or it's a weird thought.
Sometimes it makes me physically cringe. Sometimes it makes me
physically cringe. I have to shake it off.
Like, yeah, I have a bad thought. Like I can see someone cross your eye, like, oh, you could get hit by a car and get smashed in. I'm like, oh, stop thinking about that.
Or like, but it's like that thought. I've talked about it before, where I'm just like, I could drive into that bus that's coming the opposite direction. I'm not going to do it, but I'm just. It's a thought.
Why does a thought happen? Why does it happen?
And like, they're not severe. I mean, if I tell people honestly what is going through my head, it does sound weird. But it's just the thought. But I'm never going to act on it. I'm never going to do anything. But it's just like a weird, oh, f off. What was that? Why would you think that?
Can you imagine some people who can't stop thinking about these things?
Yeah, apparently it's really bad for some people. Where they have to have medication.
Yeah. And that's scary. Like, you can't... If your brain continue to think things that you don't want it to think.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, but that could ruin stuff for you. Like, that could ruin a relationship.
Ruin your whole life.
Yeah.
Would you be ruin a relationship how?
Like, if I'm having sex with Charlotte and I keep picturing Margaret Thatcher rather than Charlotte, I'm gonna eventually think she's Margaret Thatcher.
Watch this. All right, let me tell you this. The other day, this really touched me the other day. I took my sons to the barbers, yeah, and my daughter phoned me.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I can't work out the password for the iPad."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Did you change it?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why did you change it?" She's like, "I don't know." Her brother kept on trying to get onto her iPad. She's like, no. I was like, all right, we'll sort it out when we get back. So she couldn't work it out. And then I had to restore the iPad.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So now I'm a little bit firm with her. I'm not like how to be with her brothers, but I'm a bit firm with her. I'm like, listen, this is why you don't keep on changing the password. Just leave it. Just 1111 or whatever. Yeah, just leave it now.
Well, don't.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, just leave it. And then she sat there. She's like, all right, Dad. But then, like, you know when you go to do something, you catch someone in the corner of your eye. And I was like, what's wrong? She's like, nothing's wrong. But I can see her fighting back tears.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, there's something wrong with you. She's like, Dad, I promise you, Dad, there's nothing wrong with me. But I can see the look in her face. She's fighting. And I'm like, no, be honest with me. I can tell there is something wrong. Tell me what's wrong. She's like, Dad, I'm not. I promise.
Yeah.
Then she broke down and started crying.
Oh, she's depressed.
No.
All right, what?
I'm going to kill you, Pete.
Why? Why?
I'm going to kill you.
Why?
No, she's not depressed. She didn't understand that she was upset.
Oh, okay.
She didn't understand that she was upset.
Yeah.
That maybe because she'd made a mistake and she didn't like the mistake that she'd made. So she was upset.
She probably lost all her stuff as well.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, she did. But it really scares me how much my emotions are intertwined with her emotions. Because like seeing her crying really hurt me. It hurt.
Did it?
Yeah, it really
Pained you.
Yeah. Have
you ever seen her cry before?
I have seen her cry before, but as she's getting older, it's like it feels more serious. And I don't know, man. It made me. I just felt so vulnerable.
Because you can't help.
No, there's gonna be a point when I can't. Like, she's gonna be upset about things that like are out of my control.
Yeah.
And it really made me scared, man.
Why were you scared?
I actually phoned the mum. Was like, you bitch.
Why did you say you bitched the mum?
I was like, you've given me these children that.
Oh, really? You felt bad?
Yeah.
You regretted having her for that reason?
Well, no, I didn't regret. For sake, Pete.
No, but you regretted
your language.
Oh, what's the right word? You sort of thought, oh, I wish it would be almost better if I didn't have her. Oh no, that's not the word.
No, it's not, Pete.
Well, like you sort of like, oh God, this is an extra burden thing, like that you have to deal with now for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I kind of feel like when it's a kid, like, do I want kids?
Yeah, it does feel. It's like the greatest joy
With the
greatest burden as well.
Burden, yeah. Because you live through her pain as well.
Like, it really did, like.
But did you explain to her it's okay? We can always fix it if something's wrong.
Yeah, she said I said, why did you lie to me and say there's nothing wrong? She said, I didn't know there was something wrong. She said, I didn't know.
But did you ask why were you crying then?
No, she realised at that point when she started crying that there was something wrong. But up until that point, she didn't realise, she said.
And what was wrong?
She doesn't know. She just didn't feel very good at that moment.
That's quite sad. Could I have helped?
What would you have done, Pete?
I would have been like, let's have this iPad password free from now on. Because we'll learn from our mistakes now.
That's what I already said.
And then I would have said, why are you crying now? She'd be like, I don't know. I'm like, well, dry your tears then. Come on.
No, that's not going to help. I gave her a hug.
You gave her a hug, but that sometimes makes it worse. They feel like they can let tears flow. Sometimes I don't hug Charlotte.
What do you mean?
When Charlotte's crying, I won't hug her because I'm like, oh, I don't want to make it worse for her.
How's that make you comfort her?
Yeah, put my hand on her back. I know if I give her a cuddle, she'll burst out crying.
Yeah, that's them releasing their feeling. They're releasing what they're feeling. You're helping them release it.
Yeah, but I don't want to make it worse.
Because I had to take my daughter for a hospital appointment. Yeah. I
don't know how to act in those situations sometimes, man.
Yeah, this is I'm going to explain to you now. I took my daughter and she had a conversation with her mum. She's like, oh, does dad have to come? Why is it dad? Because dad's no good in those situations. He doesn't reassure me. All dad says is, you'll be fine, everything's all right. He doesn't hug me and things like that. It's because I look at a lot of the world through my own eyes and I'm like, I don't need a hug in these situations, so maybe they don't need a hug.
Yeah.
But they do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I feel with Charlotte. Sometimes I'm like, because I don't want someone to hug me if I'm feeling down.
What would you want to happen? To be left alone?
Just stand there and talk to me. You don't hug me.
I like to be left alone.
I think I like to be on my own, but if someone's there, I'm not going to say, can you leave, please?
Yeah, but you prefer them to leave.
In my head, yeah, but I'm not going to say that because then it's like, oh, now they're annoyed with me as well as this situation I'm going through.
Really?
Yeah, because Charlotte would be like, oh, what, you have to talk about it. It's like, no, I don't want to. I want to just process it.
You want to find a solution in your own head first.
But when she cries and I give her a hug, she'll let it out, and I feel bad because I'm like, oh no, I'm making it worse. I can't deal with people crying, man. I don't like it.
I don't like people crying either.
It brings me down.
I don't know what to do when someone bursts out crying.
It confuses me. They're in a mental state now where I don't know what to do. I'll say stop crying, and then I'm like, she's like, I can't. I'm like, yeah, I know. But try.
Going back to that depression stuff, innit? It's like what's going on in someone's head.
I know.
Is very difficult. Because
when Charlotte gets depressed, I'll be like, snap out of it.
Sorry to cut this, but having a daughter has my view, like I've never been. I don't think I've ever been sexist. I've got some very conservative views. I'd say like I like to look after women, my woman.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about feminists?
Oh
no, feminists believe that women and men should have equal rights.
Yeah, and I believe that.
So you're a feminist?
No.
No, you are.
No, I'm not.
By definition, you're a feminist.
Yeah, I'm a normal. I just want everyone to be normal.
What do you mean?
Like whatever, evens. It's even Stevens.
See,
I wouldn't say I'm a feminist because that gives off vibes. Oh my god, he's a bit weird. He's a feminist.
No, I think that's in your own head.
Yeah, because I sort of there's levels of feminism that you're like, wow, okay, you're like a feminist terrorist. You're extreme with it, and you just hate men. I think
there are some. I think it does leak out. There are some feminists, and I hate the double standard some women come with.
Yeah, that's a very common thing with feminism. The double standards. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like when they say things like you can't hit a woman.
Yeah, but then that means we're not even then, are we?
Yeah, you should say you can't hit anybody.
You can't hit anyone. That's what I'm saying.
When they said you can't hit a woman, I'm like, whoa.
But then it turns into a man versus woman thing. You're making it men versus women. Don't make it that.
No. Just
normalize normality.
No violence towards anybody.
I don't want to hit a woman.
No.
I don't want to hit a man.
No.
Because we're even.
This is what I explained to my sister and my daughter. If you hit, prepare to be hit back.
Yeah.
If you hit first.
If you hit.
Yeah. So if a woman slapped you across the face.
Yeah.
Face
I'll
is
probably
burning.
take
Face
it.
is burning.
Yeah. Is it just me and her, or is there an audience?
What difference does it make? What's worse?
Well, if there's an audience, you've embarrassed me as well. So
okay.
I'd probably not hit her back because there's an audience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to say. You would. If there's an audience, you definitely wouldn't.
But if it was just me and her.
Yeah, but
no.
But I don't think. I think that's right. I don't think a man should use his full force and start battering the crap out of a woman.
No, you can't. You can't turn it into a fight.
No.
You can't turn it into a fight, but you turn it into.
But there needs to be consequences.
Or if she's attacking me, I'll prevent you from attacking me. I'll twist the arm, I'll take you down, and I'll lean on your head.
What about this? What about if a really slender man slapped you across the face?
I'd slap him right. I'd punch him back.
1 second.
Because you're starting on me now.
But it didn't hurt.
I don't care. You started on me.
No, hold on. Whoa, 1 second. So if a woman came up to you, slapped you, you'd be like, and it didn't hurt.
I'm not going to give her a punch because, no.
So why would you punch a slender man?
He slapped me. He's made me feel like a bitch.
But then it will make you feel like a bitch.
No, I think if a man slaps me, I'd rather you punch me. Why are you slapping me?
Okay, a man punched you, but it didn't...
It didn't hurt.
No.
I'll whack him back.
Why?
Because you've started it now, you little prick.
Yeah, but 1 second. But the woman done it as well.
She slapped me.
Yeah. She slapped you. Didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt. I'd be like, it didn't hurt anyway.
So you wouldn't do nothing about it. If a man slapped you, it didn't hurt, you'd hurt him.
I remember my ex kicked me up the arse. It didn't hurt.
What, being serious?
Yeah, proper boom, kicked me up the arse. It didn't hurt. And I was like, I'm not going to bother with that. It didn't hurt. I said that. It didn't hurt. To try and annoy her. Do it again. I enjoyed it. But it didn't hurt.
See, okay. Now I can say, imagine this. People hearing this will be like, oh, yeah, all right. They'll move on. If a man said, I kicked a woman up the arse, but it didn't hurt her.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. And where are the feminists when that kicks off?
Yeah. Oh, how dare you kick a woman up the arse?
You're beating up a woman.
Yeah.
But she kicked him first. Can a man kick a woman up the arse?
Never. Under no circumstances would that be acceptable.
Imagine it's me and you. We're going out with each other.
No.
Why not? Just imagine for the sake of argument's sake. We get into an argument. Luke, it's your turn to make the coffees. Get your ass in there and make me a coffee. Did you not hear me? Do you want me to slap you upside your face, bruv?
Who are you talking to?
It's your turn to do the coffees.
I don't feel like doing the coffee today.
You're doing it.
Who's going to make me?
I'm going to make you. Bang! Whack! Slap you across the face. What'd you do?
Punch you in the mouth.
Right, now we're going at it in a gay way.
What?
Like,
this is you? What's it? All right.
Hit me!
Yeah, go on. Yeah, we start whacking each other.
But we're going out. We're gay together.
Yeah.
Yeah? We're gay.
Yeah.
Right? But we're beating each other up. Is that domestic abuse?
Yeah.
Because you walk out the house, they're like, bloody hell, Luke's got black eye. But then I walk out and I've got 2 black eyes as well. And they're like, oh, they're both been just beating each other up. Is that domestic abuse?
Yeah.
Well, who's domestically abusing you?
You.
But you abused me as well.
I defended myself. You've whacked me. I've defended myself.
What if we threw a punch at the same time and it landed? How do you not know?
Both of us
threw a hook at the same time and it lands. Is it domestic abuse?
Yeah, we're abusing each other.
But we can both defend ourselves.
It's still abuse.
But what about if I'm like,
abuse.
Yeah, but is it domestic violence?
Yeah.
Okay, it's domestic violence, but is it domestic abuse?
Yeah, you're abusing me.
But you're abusing me as well.
Yeah.
So we're just abusing each other then. But then at that point, but it's not like I'm saying you can't leave. The door's there. But you're like, no, I love it. I love you.
Yeah, but that happens with men and women. That's why they changed the law where you no longer need a woman's consent to convict the man. If we think you're beating up a woman, we can convict you.
But then do both parties go to jail then if we've beaten each other up?
I don't know how that would work, actually.
That's what I mean. Because now it's even.
I can imagine a judge looking at us like you're both
idiot,
just fighting each other.
You're sparring. This is like a relationship with sparring sessions. Because you're both okay with it.
But the moment a man and woman,
then it becomes different. So are you now saying that men and women aren't equal?
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, because if a man and woman and you both are fighting each other, they'd be like, "You're getting in trouble for that, buddy."
Yeah. Man.
If 2 men came in.
So if a man and a woman both walk out with black eyes and they're both whatever.
The man's going to get in trouble.
The man's going to get in trouble, right? If a woman beats up a man, the woman's going to get in trouble. If a man beats up a woman and she's got black eyes and he doesn't, the man's going to get in trouble. But if both of them walk out with black eyes and they've gone to town on each other and they both love each other and it's like a good relationship,
the man will get in trouble with that, 100%.
the man would get in trouble. So are then men and women not equal then?
No, I don't. No, I mean perception wise, no. But I'm gonna be honest. Even if I saw two men fighting in the street,
yeah, and then
and I went to stop and they're like, fuck off, that's my boyfriend.
That's my boyfriend. We're fighting.
I'd be like, all right, buddy, as you were, I'd leave him.
Yeah.
But if I saw like,
that's my boyfriend, I'd be like, what is going on here?
If I saw like a butch lesbian
beating up a man,
beating up a woman
who's slimmer than her.
Yeah, I'd be like,
back off,
fella.
Yeah, you're acting a bit manly for her liking.
Yeah, you're a bit
too aggressive.
Throwing your weight around.
Yeah, so it's all on levels now.
Because I'd be like, get that fella. I'm a woman. I'm like,
sorry, but you're acting like you're bloody.
Yeah, you're being abusive.
Yeah, and you're using your weight. Because you're a hefty woman.
Yeah, you're big, yeah.
And she's not as big as you.
And you're pulling her hair and you've got short back and sides.
Exactly.
And so you can't...
And you're doing kidney punches.
Yeah, I put my hand underneath the arms and, you hold it back.
And I'd kick her in the face as well for being so aggressive. For being aggressive.
To try and calm her down.
To try and ease up, because that one's just been beat up.
Yeah.
And then say, come on, I'll get you out of this situation.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I love her. That's my girlfriend.
I say, are you bisexual? Maybe.
Why is she good looking as well?
Yeah.
Oh no. It is a weird conversation, isn't it? You can never truly be equal with someone.
Do you ever have a this is an intrusive thought, yeah? Do you ever have a talk with somebody and then you wonder if you think that they like you?
Yeah, I sometimes confuse niceness for
flirting.
I'm 36 though, I'm going downhill anyway. Do you know what I mean?
We all are, man. I try to explain. My son's coming up into his peak, and I'm like trying to explain to him.
It's your prime, it?
Yeah, I'm trying to explain to him, like, don't
waste it.
No, don't invest all of it, like, because he wants to really get in shape. I'm like, listen, your brain, you use your brain, get your brain, because that's what stays with you throughout the whole time.
Yeah, but he's doing boxing, so that's like the worst thing you can do. He's going into a ring and getting battered every day, or he's getting hit.
Yeah. But you can still be smart.
No, you can still be smart, but like it's not the best thing to do if you want your brain to be intact. Is it?
No, but I'm just saying you can still educate yourself. Because you may not go down the boxing route.
Is he not? Do you think he's not educating himself?
Oh, I have to push him to read and things.
Yeah, but that's any kid.
Well, my daughter reads.
She's a girl. I've always thought that. I've always thought women love reading. You go on a holiday with a woman. She brings a book. What does a man bring? Nothing.
I bring a book.
Do you read?
Yeah.
I never bring a book.
Do you? Since you left school, do you read at all?
Never.
Never.
Because they tried to make me do it in school, so now I'm like, well, never gonna read now. Because you made me do it.
Why do you have?
Why would I do that?
Why do you have this thing where you're just like,
if I'm told to do it, I'm not gonna do it. But reading requires mental. What's the next word? I'm reading the words. And then I find out I've read the whole page and I'm like, what did I just read? Because I just read the word by word.
You can't hold your attention for very long.
It's not well, maybe
you can't retain it. You can't retain.
Okay, let me tell you. You open a book, yeah? You've got the words. I'll read the word the. Man entered the house. I read the words individually. I don't read it as a sentence. I'll read the page and I'll be like, what happened? And then I have to go back and read it again and try and remember to. So I'll read, then I go down the realms of reading each individual word and then I read it as a sentence. So I have to read twice now. Well, actually I've read 3 times because I've read the page already and then forgotten that I'm reading a book. So I'm reading the page. By the time I get to the end of the page, I'm like, oh, fuck, you're supposed to be reading. Not. Do you know what I mean? So I'm reading the words. They've got a sentence there. I'll read that sentence. And then I go to the feeling is I've accomplished the sentence. I've read the sentence. I'll go to the next sentence. I get through all the words. I've read the sentence. I feel good. I've read the sentence. I've got there. Then I get to the end of the page And then I'm like, what actually happened though? I don't realize what's happened on that page.
So you can't connect the words into a sentence.
No, I can't. No, I can't connect.
Story.
No, I can connect the words.
Yeah,
because I'm reading the words. But it's almost like the aim is to accomplish the page of reading. But then I realize I've not read it. Do you get what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do understand. Because sometimes I can be distracted by thinking about something, but I'm still reading.
Yeah.
And when I get to the end of the page, I'm like, I didn't really read that. I was thinking about, because I can get caught up on something I read at the top.
And you're still thinking about that, but you're still reading the words. But then you get to the bottom and you're like, what the hell happened?
I was still thinking about the top.
And you have to now read the whole book again.
Yeah, the whole page, yeah.
Yeah, well, but that happens with the books. That's why I don't read books.
Really?
Because I'll say, that should be like, what happened? I'll be like, it was about some kids on an island. She'll be like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. I better go back and read it. And then I read it again and I'll be like, oh.
So how do you learn your scripts?
I learn the words.
So, but don't you make sense of what you're saying? Because you have to add emotion into what's going on.
I have to read it again and again. So I'll remember the words and I'll be like, then I'll go to act it. Because what was happening when I was doing this film is like, Bruno would be like, she'd be like, oh my God, look over there. Is that Santa? And I'd be like, yes, that's Santa. That's the script, yeah?
Mm.
But what was happening was she'd go like, oh my God, look over there. Yes, it's Santa. Is that Santa? And I'd be like, oh, sorry. She goes, yeah, you're not listening to what I'm saying now. You're just waiting to say your thing. And I'm like, yeah, but it's hard because the words, innit? I don't know the words. I find it hard. I don't know whether it's like, is that an illness or something?
No, I think it's retaining.
No, because I can retain the words, but it's like...
But you're not putting any meaning to it.
There's no meaning to it.
You're just spewing it out.
Then I started thinking like I was him. And then it became like, it was vibe. It was good.
Do you know what? Let's do some questions.
All right. Go on.
Let's do some questions. We've got the questions in the bag. All right. This is one from our long-term friend, Ange S. She asks us, but we're so unorganized, we get round to it. Fucking so late.
One of our Patreons.
Yeah. So, hi guys. I have a question. On Tuesday's episode, you briefly spoke about networking. I think that was a while back.
Yeah.
In my line of work, that is extremely important. My issue is, aside from small talk, when I don't know someone, I really struggle to keep a conversation going. Once I get to know people, I don't shut up, but I want to be able to make that initial impact. So how would you do this without sounding needy or nerdy? Side note, Pete, I'd happily have afternoon tea with you and Charlotte. Luke, stay flirty. Thanks, guys.
Oh, it's another one fancying you.
So how do you network? Do you network well? You look like a deer in the headlight right now. Go on.
I don't know how to network.
Do you make friends easily?
Yeah, Charlotte says that to me. She said that she's very jealous of that of me because she has a few friends. Actually, what was I saying again? I don't know what I was going to say there.
No, you do know. You do know. You say it. You say it, goddamn. No, you say, wow.
No, don't push me in the position. I don't know what to say.
No, what?
Because I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Trouble how?
She's got a lot of friends that she doesn't fucking like, to be honest.
Oh, okay, right. What, do you know you can say that?
Well, you told me to say it.
I thought you were going to talk about yourself.
Well, anyway, she's jealous that I make a lot of friends. And they're like really good friends. She's like, you go to work with people and you come away with friends for life.
Who have you got a friend from life work?
Like my mate Rob that I was telling you about. He's like one of my good mates. But I think it's because you spend every minute of every day with people you work with. So, you know, and you go through hard times and you fall out and you make up and you witness them losing family members and, you know, you're there for them in the good times. You're there for them in the bad times. you go through a lot. Rob, for example, knew me before I started comedy and pushed me. He was one of the ones to push me, being like, you can do it. You can do it. So that belief, when a friend has belief in you, like, I don't know, I just feel like, wow, I want to prove, that you were right in thinking I could do it. Do you know what I mean?
You're right, I am great.
Yeah.
But I'm going to show you that I'm great.
But I have had a lot of friends push. No, not a lot of friends. I had Charlotte, my mate Joelle in Switzerland, and Rob was very supportive. They all said, I think you could do it. You just got to work. But you can do it. And they didn't laugh when other friends, close friends, best friends would have laughed at me and said, yeah, fuck off. You think you're funny. You can't shut up. And then when I go out with them on nights out, they'd be like, funnily enough, the one that didn't like me telling stories about him, he was like, he'd be like, put it in your podcast. Talk about it in your podcast. Or he'd joke like, say that on stage, mate. When you'd say something and it wasn't that funny in conversation. But it's just, you're just being a hater at that point. Do you know what I mean?
You're a bit of a hater.
I can't be a hater. I do. But I also want my best mates to be proud of me. But I don't get much from them, to be honest.
All right, we're kind of getting off of Angie's.
I don't care. Ange can listen to what I've got to say. Because I'm bearing my soul.
Yeah, all right. She's asked us a question.
I know you're trying to move me on. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, all right, because we're going into Pete's world here. Can we answer Angie's question?
Sorry, so Angie's question.
No, he turns a bit nasty, doesn't he, when you try to get off the Pete subject?
Yeah, because you turned around and say, stick to what Angie wants to know. Yeah,
because we're answering her question.
I did go off topic, if I think about it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ange.
Okay, so let's not get nasty.
No, yeah, but just calm your little beans down.
No, I'm just saying, you got a bit nasty. You got a bit of rattlesnake came out of you, didn't it?
Yeah, maybe maybe the women slipping into your DMs is getting to me a bit.
Yeah, maybe, all right, calm down.
Yeah, all right, I calm down. But,
all right.
Small talk. What's the question?
She wants to know how to do it without coming across needy or nerdy. Do you know what I find?
Can I answer what I find?
Oh, sure.
Oh, go on ahead.
No, you've made a point now. Go on.
I did make a point.
This is go on.
But now I feel my earphones come out.
Sorry, one second. How did that end up all the way over there?
Hold on, Luke. My things come out.
Sorry about this, Ange.
No, it's back in. Sorry, Ange. I've had to do a lot of small talk, but I don't know if I can do it. Sometimes it depends who it's with. I remember we were at an office party for, I'm going to say it, Daily Express. Yeah. Hated the company. Hated the people who owned it. Hated the people who ran it. Yeah. Nasty bastards, kind of. Yeah. Real fucking business, hardcore, old school. Throw a phone at you.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll throw a phone at your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even care about the repercussions. You try telling them you're depressed and not taking a day off work, they'll come to your house and beat you up. Yeah. So I remember there was one guy. I don't want to mention his name because they're the type of guys that will sue you. So I won't mention his name, but there's an Eminem song. Have a think about it. Right?
Is he a fan?
He's a fan and he has a tan. And his name
is...
I'll let you lot
understand.
Right? So anyway, this guy was in the... we were at this office party, right? And obviously, like, my compadres, my colleagues, they're all there as well. But also the big bosses that are lethal. You don't mess with them. So I come into this party and we're all having a laugh, right? Now, one of my friends has a suit on. Yeah? Which is the same suit that
and the big bosses have.
The man has on, yeah?
Yeah.
I see my mate's suit. I run up to him, I slap him on his back, and I'm like, yeah, you fucking boys, where's the tits on? And he turned around, he went, and I was like, oh God, no. But he was so thrown by it, by the confidence of me, that I think he kind of respected it. He goes, well, I don't know where the tits are, young man. And I was like, oh, good. Yeah. And I walked off being like, God, guess what I just did to... And my mates were like, you idiot, we saw that. And I was like, I thought it was you dick.
So did your friend look like an old man from behind?
The suit, yeah, the suit.
So you didn't look at the back of the head?
The suit, it was just like hair. I don't know. I was drunk. Oh God, it was so. Even when I think about it now, even though I don't care, I'm like, shit. It makes me nervous. And then I had to do small talk with him. Oh, that's awkward. I don't like small talk because I can tell when it's happening. Yeah. And I know they can tell that small talk's going on.
It's just talk about nothing, meaningless stuff.
Meaningless, but then do you know when you're talking about the meaningless stuff and it drags on to eventually nothing? And you're both sat there in silence,
and it dwindles. It dwindles slowly.
And like,
so yeah, and you talk about things like, the weather's been quite hot for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, or you run out of things to say, and then you go back to the same thing.
And people are like, how you been gigging much?
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, you, and they're like,
you tried to catch it, you missed it.
And they're like, yeah, I've been gigging, and then you ask it again. Yeah, I've been gigging too. You? And you've asked it again.
Have you ever tried to do small talk and someone who doesn't return it? Have you been like you'd be like this? Say, yeah, how's it going for you? Yeah, it's been all right.
Oh, they just care about you asking them questions. I always think about that in conversation and think, do you realise I'm just asking all the questions here? Do you know what I mean? You know when that happens? I keep asking you questions until you realise.
Do you?
Yeah, until it becomes so obvious that person's going to go, this guy just keeps asking me questions and I don't ask anything about him. And I've done that before and the person's still never asked me a question.
Do you know what? Charlotte put me onto a podcast with this guy.
Yeah.
And he I can't remember his name, Ron?
Oh, yeah. And I remember this.
He kept bumping into a new neighbour.
Yeah.
And he asked him, what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah.
And he goes, I can't remember even the job he done. But I do this job. And he's like, ask me. Ask me what I do.
I always think about that.
Yeah. Ask me what I do.
Oh, no.
And then he keeps on bumping into him. He's like, yeah, so how things going. He's like, oh, you're not going to ask me. And then eventually comes out of it. He shouts, I do this. And then the guy's like, all right, ask me. Or I think he said, ask me what I do.
But I love telling people what I do. Because it's interesting.
But do you like people? Do you ask people what they do?
Eventually, when I realise, oh shit, this is very one me direction.
Because I feel like you're someone who can easily get into that, not ask a lot of questions about people.
Well, I just want to get to my stuff.
Yeah.
So when they start with theirs, I'm like, you haven't asked me, and I'm bored of yours already, and your job's not that interesting, and you're acting like your job's interesting. Wait till we get to the juicy stuff, buddy.
Yeah.
And
you?
Yeah, and if they don't ask, I tell them I'm a stand-up comedian, and that's when the excitement starts, and I can tell a bit of wetness is down there.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you think, oh, was this? Are you wet, or has it just come out the dry?
Well, you're like it's damp.
It's damp. What's going on here? Yeah. I don't know. Well, and what I would say, can we go? And I would say, I heard this the other day. Ask more questions than statements when you're ever trying to conversate with people. People love talking about themselves. That's what they love. So just ask people, if you want to make small talk, get to know someone, ask them about questions about themselves. That's everyone's favourite topic. They want to talk about themselves.
Because if Ange met me and you asked me a question about me, I'd be really interested in it.
Yeah, 100%.
But if she told me, oh, I don't like the colour blue, I'd be like, fuck off, Ange, I don't care. Do you know what I mean?
How you gonna give us a fuck about that?
Yeah, I know.
So just ask questions. Ask them
about themselves.
Yeah, and they'll be able to talk
forever.
Days. Yeah, because that's why I don't really like talking about myself, and that's how I get away with it. I ask a lot of questions. I listen a lot, and then people will talk.
You're a people watcher.
What's that?
That
sounds perfect.
Yeah, you're a bit of
I sit back. I'm an observer.
Sit back and observe. I'm an
observer.
Whereas I like to talk.
Yeah,
but I also get bored.
But you like to talk about yourself.
I do. And when we're in a group and someone else, but I do become also very aware that, there's a lot of questions coming at me in my job. And then I feel a bit like, I'm stealing the party thunder here.
When have you ever felt that, Pete?
Like I've been with Charlotte's friends sometimes and like I feel bad because they're asking me about my job and like someone's cooked a really nice dinner and I'm a bit like, can we talk about her dinner? Because she's really worked hard all day for the dinner and you're all just talking about my job. So sometimes I am aware of it, and I'll try and change the subject or like move it on. But most of the time I enjoy it. But sometimes.
So how would you change? How would you change something like? I'm like,
I'd be
hey,
like,
you're a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, no, I know.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's great. You go.
Turkey looks lovely. What did you put in that?
Yeah. So you travel? Do you travel for your job? Do you travel for your job?
I travel like I got to travel after this actually. So we better.
Really?
Do you wanna? This is lovely food.
So what about if your joke doesn't work out on stage? What happens?
I don't know. You just make it up. Like you just go in the moment. But anyway, come on. Let's get awkward because everyone's just listening to this conversation. You're only asking me questions about me, and I know how her friends get, and they all get a bit jealous when the conversation's not on them.
You say that.
Some of them.
You say that at the fucking dinner table. How awkward is it gonna be after that? Who the fuck are you talking to?
Because they're all women, and some of them like the attention on them a lot.
What do they talk about?
They want to talk about themselves.
Like what?
Like they'll talk about f***ing...
all right, that's an interesting topic.
Yeah, well, no, they don't talk about that. But like, I can't even say it because some of her friends listen, so it's like I'll get them in trouble.
All right, forget about it. But Ange, just ask
Charlotte will
more.
Be pissed off.
Ask more questions than statements that you make, man. Just keep people talking about themselves.
And you both know it's bullshit, Ange. You both know it's going to be like you talking about it's small talk. Like if you like small talk shit. Like, lovely day today, isn't it?
It was raining.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
Do you like the rain?
No.
So why did you say it was a lovely day?
Is that what I said? I wasn't thinking. I just said the first thing that came to my mind because
Are you just trying to make small talk with me?
Yeah, it's a bit too much, isn't it?
Get out my arse. Get out my arse. You one of them arse lickers? You one of them arse lickers?
Actually, I'm in a better paid job than you, mate. So
what does that mean?
I'm above you in the company.
Yeah, I don't think you are. I think you're an arse licker.
No, I wasn't licking arse. Just trying to create a bit of small talk. I shouldn't have done it. It was too much, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
I prefer to have a deep conversation with someone. That's why I don't like small talk. Let's talk about real stuff.
Like
man.
what? If you're hello, you must be Luke then. Nice to meet you. Cheers.
Okay, that was a very short conversation.
What were you gonna say? You said you like to get deep.
Yeah, I do.
So then do it. How would you get deep?
Does your missus mind your beard when you go down on her? I've always wanted to know that.
But you've got a bit of a beard.
Yeah, but not like that. That's like a rug.
It is like a rug.
So do you
ever get tongue cramp?
One sec, you haven't answered my question yet.
Yeah, what? I try and keep my distance.
From your woman's vagina?
Yeah, to keep my distance from that. Because then I have to go and wash my face after.
Why?
It's sticky in it. Beard hairs stick together from the juices.
Now that's a fucking interesting conversation. Now that's what I get my teeth into. I didn't know that. I didn't know that beard hair gets sticky.
Now you're going to be like, I'm going to talk to this guy in the office more often.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I've learned something new about him.
But if you try to just have a conversation about the weather, you don't know
the
anything.
weather's boring. And you know it's boring.
But I know. Do you know Pete's beard sticks a gift when he goes down on his woman?
Yeah. And you got to get rid of it. And you got to condition it afterwards because of the wetness.
Well, you put conditioner in your beard?
Well, yeah, because otherwise it goes thick and then...
How often do you go down on your woman?
Well, not too often.
What's that?
Once a year, maybe.
Wow. Wow, do you not enjoy it?
No, I do, but I'm busy. And I haven't got time for that. Because I'm getting nothing out of it, innit? Unless we do 69, but I don't enjoy that because my nose naturally falls into the arse.
Anyway, I'll see you at the photocopy machine next tomorrow.
Nice meeting, nice chat.
but I'm saying, that is a way more interesting conversation.
That is shit than stupid shit.
Yeah.
If you could really bare your soul in small talk, like if we're in an office party.
I'm in office party, go on.
Yeah, and you're one of the managers that I'm trying to get to know. I'm like, hey Luke, enjoying the party?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit depressed recently.
Why?
I don't know. Fuck it, innit? It's all about it. That's what it's all about, really.
Why are you depressed, though?
I don't know. I fancy your wife a bit.
My wife?
Yeah, I do fancy her, if I'm being honest with myself.
You fancy my wife?
Yeah. She's good looking.
You fancy my wife?
Yeah, but at least I'm being honest. Don't take it personally.
I'm not. My wife weighs 200 kilograms.
I've got a thing for giganticas.
She's not that tall.
I just want her to sit on me.
Really?
Has she ever sat on your face?
Oh, I hope not. No. No, I don't think I'd survive that. So you like, those are your type?
I like your woman, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you try and sleep with her if you had a chance?
Is she here tonight?
Yeah, she's at the buffet table.
Sure, I'll let her enjoy herself. Maybe go chat to her in a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, you could have told me before we did this act out that she was going to be fat.
Why? Why?
I'm having second thoughts now.
Even in the act out. All right. Well, Ange, you helped you out. All right. Because sorry, we took so long to get around to that
Sorry, Ange.
one. We got another one.
Got another question. Shoot it up.
All right. 1 second. Hey guys, first of all, I love you guys so much. I've now listened to every episode.
Who is this? Oh, no, don't say.
I'm fully a fan now. I've got a question. Basically, I lost my virginity at 19 to a certified waste man. He had a girlfriend during our 10-month relationship. I then had a rebound, which was very casual for a year. The guy was super sweet, but when I did the whole, what are we? He said he couldn't commit to a relationship. I then was in my I hate men era and became celibate. It's been a year now and I'm bad. No, I'm down bad. I'm 21 now, but I feel like I'm stuck in wanting more than just sex. But at the same time, all I want is sex. Anyways, now I'm 21 with barely any experience. Is this weird? Should I just try and gain experience so I'm not a weirdo anymore? Anonymous, please.
I think this... Is it a woman?
Yeah, I think so.
She clearly wants to be touched. Right? She wants it to be played with on many occasions. She sounds like that needs to be flicked at least a few times a day.
What the have you got out of that?
Because she said, I'm down. As in, like, she's not banging enough.
I thought she went down as in she's
down and out.
It's been a year now and I'm down bad.
I'm down on numbers. She's playing a numbers game now.
I thought she meant she was down. I was upset.
Or maybe she's down about it.
But
she said she doesn't want to be a... She sounds like she's willing to...
She doesn't want to be a what?
A whore, probably.
There was no mention of whore in here.
She said something about the end, going, and I want to shag people.
Should I just try to gain experience?
Should I just try to gain experience?
So I'm not a weirdo anymore.
Yeah, but that means you're trying to whore yourself out because you think it's weird.
A whore gets paid.
Right. When I mean whore, I mean someone sleeping around a lot. She's a sex pest.
1 second. So a man, would you call a man who sleeps around a whore?
Yeah, I call you a whore all the time.
Do you? I've never heard you call me a whore. So you've been calling me a whore behind my back?
Yeah, but would you want me to say it to your face?
Well, if you're
I'd be like, Luke's a whore. I'd say that to your face. You're a whore.
Whore?
Whore?
Yeah.
Hodder.
Yeah, go on.
I do.
Okay. She's 21.
She's 21, that's
She's
young.
been with 2 guys.
That's not that bad. What's wrong with that?
That is good.
That's angelic.
So she's been with 2 guys. What I don't understand is she was with a guy casually for a year.
Yeah.
But she feels like she still ain't got any experience. So how much fucking was going on during that year?
Well, he only came to her when he needed it. That was what's going on there.
How do you know?
Well, because he said, I don't want anything serious, which means, no, you're not my girlfriend. I'll just bang you when I want.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's thinking. She's got other ideas.
So you gave away the milk and he didn't want to buy the cow, which was the problem. Why his mentality is, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
No, his mentality is, I don't want to go out with you. You're 21 and I've got my own things to worry about right now. So I'll continue to have sex with you. Agreed? Both parties happy. But she's like, no, I want to go out with you. I want you to be my boyfriend. And he's like, well, I don't want to be your girlfriend.
I think you should do whatever. Don't allow labels.
She's getting worried about what other people are going to think because she's like, am I lacking?
Is she weird because she hasn't got any experience?
Yeah, but...
So then start fucking.
Yeah, but you don't want to turn her into a... Then she'll regret it. She sounds like she wants a relationship, and then she's going to be like, oh, God, I've slept with 100 men and just for experience. And now the man I want is going to look at me and like, oh, you slept with like 100 men. I don't really want that.
Yeah, but if a man, all right, don't go and sleep with 100 men.
Don't go sleeping around because you want to increase your numbers.
Try and find a guy that you like, and like because this is the truth. A man doesn't mind you having no experience. A man doesn't mind that.
Well, I kind of do.
Do you? So if Charlotte, when you first met her, came out on the first night and was doing backflips, showing you all these tricks, bam, have you done the ball swoggle? And
that's like she knows what she's doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what would you feel like if she came out? She's a professional. She's like everything she's done perfect. She knows all the different tricks and positions.
Well, I'd rather that than what are you doing with your hands? Take it out of there. That's not where you put your hand.
No. That's not what she would be. She'd be like, she doesn't know anything. She'd be like, oh, is this you putting your hands?
Yeah, I'll be like, that's what.
So you'd rather Charlotte telling you? Oh no, 1 second. Slide the 3 fingers in there, please.
No, what did I say in the beginning?
You're saying you want them to have some experience.
Yeah, a bit of it. Like, know what you're doing.
Okay, so if you had a choice between between an expert and maybe on the shy side, not knowing really what's going on, what would you prefer? Because one signals you've been with a lot of men.
Yeah.
And one says you haven't been with a lot of men. What would you prefer?
Somewhere in the middle. You can learn a few things or two from me, but also I don't want to be like, can you
take off the training wheels?
Yeah. Yeah, put the staplers back on.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, can I show you what to do? If I was the woman. I don't want to be doing that. It's not a tutorial.
What would annoy you in the bedroom if she asks you? Like,
well, if she kept going like out of rhythm and stuff, I'd be like, what are you doing?
If you
it's like an old man on the dance floor.
You tried to put it in the anal and it went in, no problem. Would you be upset?
I'd be like, why was that so easy to get in? Because normally it's quite hard. I would be thinking that was a bit that slipped in.
Yeah, no. She make a sound. She even make a sound. Would you mind that? She's like, oh, I've had loads of people in the back door.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Is there a number in your mind that you'd be upset at a woman having before you, like, say Charlotte? You can talk Charlotte. Is there a number? Do you know how many people Charlotte's been with? Not, I'm going to ask you, but I'm just saying, do you know?
Roughly, I probably have an idea. I don't think it's been over 100. If it was over 100, I'd be like, no, this is fucking...
What? Over 100?
If it was over 100.
So if she was at 95, you'd be all right with that?
No, I wouldn't be all right with that.
You said over 100. So what number are we talking about?
Yeah, 100. I'm telling you what I'd be like, no way.
So 95 100. You'd be okay with?
Okay, I'd say 30.
30.
I'll be like, yeah, 30-ish.
30, guys.
Any more than that. But it doesn't feel like she's had more than 30.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not like, fucking hell, the 3 fingers special slipped in there. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that. It's not like, you know.
No, but it doesn't, I don't think it gets loose up because the more men you've been with.
Yeah, I know.
So 1 second. If Charlotte came to you now and said, do you know what, Pete? Because have you had a conversation about how many people you lot have slept with?
I think so, yeah. Well, she knows anyway because she watched the podcast.
All right, but you can't remember if you had a conversation about hers. If she came to you today and said, all right, Pete, you know what? I've had 300 men.
What is this fucking Sparta? Is this fucking...
What would you do? How would you feel about it now?
300 men.
300 men.
I'd be like, well, I didn't even know you knew 300 men.
I don't.
That is like going
I
through...
don't know 300.
You went through a...
I don't know 300 men.
You went through an army of men. You went through like a whole army. 300. That's an army.
A platoon.
That's a black battlefield.
A black battlefield?
That's a battlefield. They weren't black. They weren't all black anyway. Fucking hell. She wouldn't have ended up with an Asian if it was.
Go on. What would you do? How would you feel now?
Why are you asking me these questions, you fucking weirdo?
What do you mean? I'm having a conversation.
Yeah, but all right. What if you found out your daughter had done that to 300 men? Would you not be like, take it to one side and be like, have some self-respect?
I'd be like, we're going to the police station because you're 9.
Yeah, all right.
But
if
what
she
the
was
fuck
18,
are you
if she
talking
was
about?
18, and she's like, Dad, I've slept with 300 men this year.
I don't want to know.
But what would you say if she said that? You'd be like, oh.
I'd be like, how the fuck where did you do this? How did you fuck did you get out of the house?
They came round.
300 men came to my property.
It wasn't here. It was, I rent a flat now because I've made so much money out of it.
Did you call my daughter a whore?
No, that's it. They sugar daddies. Sugar daddies.
That's a whore, Pete.
Is it a whore?
Yeah. You're dressing it up.
Oh, you see, now you're getting, so touched a nerve, haven't I?
You're talking about my daughter, Pete.
Yeah, but you're talking about Charlotte. It's the same thing.
No, he fucking ain't. No, it fucking ain't.
All right, well, if it was your missus then, who's ploughed 300 men in the last 60 days, would you not be like, that's weird?
In the last 60 days?
Yeah, so she's gone for a few a day.
Yeah, that's a bit extreme. That's a bit extreme.
That's a problem.
But you're the one who said you'd be okay. Like, okay, so
I didn't say it was okay.
Okay, but you're saying you want experience. You want them to have experience.
Three guys, Jesus! You get experience after 3 guys, for God's sake.
Okay, so she's one guy away from experience then.
Who, the woman?
Yeah.
Just fucking watch like some porn. Keep up to date with new moves.
Porn is not a real.
It's not a real, like, you know, that's true.
Yeah, you can't watch any porn.
No, but you
told me about that Pascal guy.
No. I don't watch it. I've heard about it.
You told me about Pascal. He
slaps them and spits in their mouth.
Yeah.
And I don't watch it. I don't condone that. I do love it when you spit in a girl's mouth and she spits it back into your mouth. And then you just fucking hock it on her face. Do you not like that?
No.
That's kinky. It's kinky.
No girl spat in my mouth.
Have you ever done arse to mouth?
No. Have you? Are you fucking dirty cunt? Yeah, listen.
You never done a bit of arse to mouth?
Listen to me, darling. You learn a lot just from listening to this. Okay, what not to do. Okay,
Yeah,
what not to do.
Yeah, but you don't want to make yourself sleep with loads of men just because you think that you're missing out.
Yeah,
I'll have more respect for a woman who hasn't done that.
I think quantity.
I'd enjoy teaching a woman as well.
You just said you want a woman with experience.
Yeah, but come and think of it, I'd probably enjoy teaching her a few of my own moves. I'd be like, check this one out for size.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. A man would prefer.
But then I'd also like her to be
women
like, wow, that's impressive.
Women don't like to teach a man.
I've been taught a few things in my day.
What have you been taught by women?
Like, they've been like, what about this one? And then they go...
Peg you?
No, I'm not doing that shit. Don't fucking even try it. But they try and teach me a few things in the bedroom. They're like, how about this for size?
Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? You're up just by the helmet. Do you like that? Do you like that? Hey, I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah. I like that. But then too much of it, that's a turn off.
Too much experience.
Too much experience is a turn off. You've done this way too often to know what you're doing. I like to be like, go a bit lower. Now that's it. Stay right there. Now go from there and ease into it. Now settle up. Slow down the rhythm. Go.
Whoa. Bit more. Are we to shake it?
Yeah.
To shake it? Grab it. Shake it. Rub it. Now when I'm coming, keep the stroking. Don't stop stroking.
And then I'll be like, I'll grab a head when I say stop touching it. Because it's too tingly. Mm-mm. So I like to be in a bit of control about it.
So that's what we say. So basically, men don't mind.
Don't whore yourself out unnecessarily.
No.
You've got a lot of self-respect. You're a young girl. Have some self-respect for yourself. Stop going with these roadies.
No one said a road man.
Maybe that was in my head. Stop going with these guys that are going to use you. Yeah? Stop being used. Have some self-respect. If he's being a little chump, toss him out into the trash. Yeah? What have you got to say on it, Luke?
Just try and find someone you like and who likes you back.
And who's going to build you up.
And don't just jump into sex. Most men just want sex. So try and find a guy
who can give you a mix mash.
Yeah, man.
A mishmash.
You like the sex is.
It's not just about the sex.
The sex is an add-on.
It's an extra.
So you hang around, you enjoy things with him.
It's like buying a car with air conditioning. It's an extra. It's an added extra.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you want to take long distances with that car first.
Yeah.
When you take the long distances, and then should we try the aircon now?
Yeah.
A lot of guys, as soon as you get in, they want to put the aircon on. No. We're going to go to Edinburgh and back, and then we'll try the aircon.
It's when you find out someone else has been driving that car and using the aircon. Who's been using my aircon?
Why so many people touching your aircon?
Yeah, and why does he not want me to turn the aircon on now? That's when you start thinking, what's he been up to?
I don't know what he means by aircon now, but okay.
That's a sex. He's like, no, some sex. So, like, you just got to be aware. Do you know what I mean? It's life. It will come. Don't rush it.
Don't rush it.
Because then you'll turn into one of these women on the shelf when you're 30, still looking for love. And a lot of men are going to look at it and go, well, she's really pretty, but she's still single. What's gone on there? What's happened there? So just be careful. That's
it for this week. Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll answer more questions for you next week.
We will do. Guys, we really appreciate you. If you want to check out the exclusive episode that comes out every Thursday, we've got a Patreon. Also, if you want to send us in anything, hit the hotline. All right, the Luke and Pete hotline. Send us messages. Send us an email
at help@lukeandpete.com.
Yeah. And as usual, subscribe and like if you're watching.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
And follow if you're listening.
And click the share button.
Guys, thanks a lot for being part of this. Take care and we'll speak soon. Thank you.
Speak soon. Bye.